and to be successful in what they're doing and giving them a long-term plan to what they're doing. Welcome to the Standby Generator Podcast, brought to you by Power Alliance. I'm your host, Jim Swetman. Together, we will dive into the world of the standby power business, offering expert insights, industry trends, and actionable strategies to help you grow and scale your generator business. Whether you're looking to optimize your operations, increase profitability, or stay ahead of the curve, this podcast is your go-to resource. So grab a seat and let's power up your business for success. Hello, and thank you for joining this week's Standby Generator Podcast. I am your host, Jim Swetman. Podcast is sponsored by Power Alliance. This week, I wanted to talk about building the foundation for your standby power business or your generator business. So this is really kind of focused on people that are just getting started in the business, or they're teetering on it. They've done a few generator installs and saying, you know what, there's some really good margins in this. I believe in this industry and what it's going to be doing. There's a tremendous potential here. I think there are some things that I can do differently than my competitor. So you're really wanting to step up your commitment to getting into the standby power business. So here are just some things that I have experienced in the 20 years that I owned a standby generator company, and the beginnings of that and what worked out good for me. So maybe right for you, maybe not, but again, something just to talk about specific to the standby power business. So let's talk about on the residential side of getting things going. I think one of the biggest contributions to the success that I had in the standby power business is a couple of things. One is understanding electrical. Having an electrical background. I came up through the trades when I was 18 years old, graduated from high school, and got right into the electrical trades. And from that hands-on experience, being out in the field for 8 years, getting my master's license, journeyman electrician status, and then moving in and running projects and really being hands-on electrical was a tremendous, springboard to my success. It was even more successful than going to college and, quite frankly, even getting a business degree. And the reason why I say that is I built my company from the ground up. It was built knowing that in order to be successful, I had to be good in the execution side of doing these generators. I had to be efficient. I had to understand the product. I had to understand how these things got put together. And I built the company from execution up. I did not build the company from dollars down. So I think that's one of the things that you need to think of is, one, you as a business owner, what is your background on the electrical side of things? Two, if you are not good on the electrical and you are an MBA and you wanting to get into this thing, who do I team up with that understands electrical and the electrical business and the standby business so that I can be successful in what I'm going to be doing? This episode of the Standby Generator Podcast is proudly presented by Power Alliance, the only mastermind community built specifically for standby generator dealers. At Power Alliance, we believe growth happens faster when you're connected. That's why we bring together like-minded dealers across the country to share real-world insights, solve challenges, and accelerate business success together. From streamlining operations to scaling your service division, Power Alliance gives you the tools, support, and community to take your business to the next level. Learn more and join the movement at www.poweralliance.com. The second thing that has to happen is your commitment to a 60-hour week. There is no way you as a business owner, and you probably already know this now, that working 40 hours a week is you're going to be successful. You have to be committed to the hours. You have to be committed dollar-wise, mentally, physically. You have got to be committed to making this thing happen. Now, you're probably a younger guy. I'm a little older now, but you're probably a younger guy, so you have that energy. But you also have to be ready to make sacrifices. Sacrifices are probably going to be hitting you on the family side of things. So you have to be committed to the business, committed to your business plan, committed financially, and committed to stepping aside that, you know what, you're not going to be at all those hockey games and soccer games and track meets and things like that with your family. So you have to be prepared to be giving some things up in order to be successful in making that happen. Also, on the mental side as well, you have to be ready to get beat up, torn up, lit on fire, and you have to be ready to come back the next day and making that all happen. One of the things too that was very successful for me is being a people person. You have to be able, because growth of your company is employees. You have got to be able to be communicative with new employees and existing employees that have been with you for a long time. You've got to be able to joke and laugh with them and connect with them. You have to understand what your employees' needs are all the time, be flexible. And I had to learn that when I started the company. I did not give a whole lot of slack to people that only wanted to work a 40-hour week. So that ended up biting me old butt ski a couple of times by losing some people. So I had to learn to be flexible with that. So you have to be a people person, not only for hiring and retaining employees, and also remember your company is you. It's you are the one that's providing the culture of the company. You're the one that is making it fun. You're the one that is giving opportunity for your employees to grow and to be successful in what they're doing and giving them a long-term plan to what they're doing. So you have to be that kind of person to make it all happen. You also have to be good, or at least semi-good, in sales. You have got to be confident in yourself and going and sitting in front of people, whether it's on the residential or commercial side. You have to be confident in standing up in front of people and doing presentations. And doing presentations in front of people has to be learned. Nobody is natural standing up in front of 4 people, 10 people, or 400 people like I've done. It is a learned skill that you have to do, and you have to be confident in doing that, confident in doing sales. And that's another thing, because as you starting out, you're probably doing a lot of the sales yourself, and you have to be liking and doing that to making that happen. Another thing that's good, or you have to be understanding about building the foundation for your standby business, is being able to hand off the responsibilities that you like to do. Say you're good in sales, or say you're good at doing the electrical installation, or say that you're good at working up numbers. You've got to be able to hand that off, because you will not grow unless you learn to hand off stuff. You should take your 15 or 20 items that you do every single day, and you need to hire people, and you need to hand off 5 or 6 of those items to the handoff person, so that now you're only doing 5 or 6 tasks a day instead of 15 or 18 tasks a day. So those 5 tasks or 6 tasks goes to that guy, those 6 tasks go to that guy, and that is how you grow your company, so that you're only working on a handful of things to making that happen and learning to be able to hand those things off to your company. Lastly, and this is just going to be a quick one here, is you have to understand the numbers. You have to understand the basics. You don't need to have a 4-year college degree and understanding numbers, but you need to understand how to read a P&L statement. You have to look at your numbers every month or at least quarterly and understand where you are. You may be excited about what you're doing. You may be doing more installs than you ever have, and you're hiring people. But if your bank account is constantly zero, or you're constantly into your line of credit, you've got problems, and you need to understand the numbers of your company. And you need to get help from your tax advisor or your accountant, or bring somebody in that can help you understand the numbers, or you're not going to be around too long. Now, you also have to be willing to take risks. Building the foundation of your company is taking risks, and risks can be managed. But you need to be able to make decisions. You be able to make decisions quickly. You need to be able to understand the decisions that you make and stick with them. And you really need to move forward and take risks in order to be successful. Because I can tell you right now, your competitors that you're dealing with probably are not risk takers. They're very nimble in what they do. But if you take calculated risks in the smart way, you're going to be successful in what you do. So here in just this last 10 minutes, I hope that I've helped you out and looking to build the foundation of your standby generator company. And hopefully you're successful out there, because I can tell you right now for experience, it is an absolutely great business to be in. It is a profitable business, and you can be very successful if you take things in a very strategic way. Again, thank you very much for joining. This is Jim Swetman from the Standby Generator Podcast, and thank you very much for listening. Thank you for tuning in to the Standby Generator Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share. For more resources, tips, and to connect with other like-minded professionals, visit us at poweralliance.com or visit our social media pages. Until next time, keep powering up your business.